James out west, as always with me. Ryan Rooks, well, not always with me, because he decided on Monday, on Tuesday. Yes, you're back, but you weren't here. So you are back. It is the return of Ryan
And
Rooks.
it wasn't because of the 49ers losing.
Well, that's what I thought. I mean,
it was a heartbreak, but it wasn't that.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. Super Bowl week, brother.
This is going to be a very interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's so interesting how there's so many things broken down. Obviously, it's with the Super Bowl, we always do this, but they're comparing players to players.
This should never happen. That should never happen.
No.
Don't, ladies and gentlemen, we should not be comparing Joe Burrow to Tom Brady. Sorry.
No, not or that they're a dynasty yet.
They were supposed to win 4 games this year. So let's just pump the brakes here. A dynasty, yes, they have great weapons. But we've seen a lot of teams with great weapons. Everybody thought the Indianapolis Colts were going to be a dynasty with Peyton Manning. They won 1.
They have the
only went to 2.
foundation to possibly become one.
Sure.
But we put that
Wait and see. Wait and see.
Yes. Okay. So we got the Rams going against the Bengals. But before we get into the Super Bowl, last night we had the honors.
Yeah, NFL honors, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's basically their rendition of the Oscars, the Grammys,
All the awards.
all of the award ceremony, giving out for those that, performed in an elite level, whether it was coaching, players, rookies, all that good stuff.
Okay. So I want to quiz you
Yeah, okay.
because you didn't watch this.
No, I did not.
Okay. Obviously, MVP.
I was watching more important things. My bets go down the drain because Giannis decided to stink it up. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. Obviously, MVP.
My man, who I said was going to get it in the first place, but you argued me, no, it's going to be Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I lost that.
It was Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back, undisputed, undefeated MVP, who's not in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Walter Payton Award.
Oh, that went to Andrew Big Dog Whitworth. What?
Nice.
Who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he decides to hang him up.
Oh, yeah.
So he's real quick on Andrew Whitworth, the only lineman to play a game, not even start a game, but to play a game in his 40s.
I think
Take that, Tom Brady.
That's
TB12 didn't do nothing for him.
amazing.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Offensive player.
Offensive Player of the Year, Cooper Kupp, breaking all the records.
Got the triple crown.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Defensive player of the year.
I almost said somebody else, but I know it's TJ Watt.
Tied the sack record, 21 and a half.
Yep, and he did it, even though they had one more game, he didn't play one more game, so it checks out.
Okay.
I'll accept it.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Jamar Chase.
He was also the rookie of the year overall.
Oh, they had an overall Rookie of the Year versus, okay.
Okay. Defensive rookie of the year.
Micah Parsons, what?
Comeback player.
They gave it to Joe Burrow,
And coach.
who it should have been. Well, so, yes, it should have been who it was, who's our guy, Ohio State, Mike Vrabel,
Good
Tennessee
job.
Titan, but
Congratulations.
it probably should have been Rich Bisaccia.
You think so?
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't it be him? Why wouldn't it be Rich, considering what he did? He took a team that was stumbling, fumbling, bumbling, boom, boom, boom. Shut up, boomer. With John Gruden, the entire place a mess. Henry Ruggs' situation,
Yeah.
and to take that team to the playoffs, to keep them mentally focused to win those close games. What, their kicker had like 5 or 6, walk-offs. That happens when it's a well-coached team and they're all. Now, obviously, it's not. We say, it's a coaching issue when they jump off sides. No, it's a player's problem. But the fact they were able to keep it together with all the distraction and being in Vegas, the distraction of Vegas itself, and their owner looking like an extra from the Goonies. Yeah.
There's a couple of different coaches you could say and throw into that, but he didn't coach the full season.
It was the right call. It was the right call.
Okay.
It was the right call.
All right. So let's talk about what is going to be the biggest difference in this game. How is one team gonna
Offensive
win?
line, defensive line.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're talking about the Rams defensive line against Cincy's offense.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because I think, look, he's going to be under duress all day. There's going to be room for dump-offs. He's going to probably throw the ball a ton. I mean, here's the thing. Would
They're
you
gonna
be
throw
surprised? Let me ask you a
screens.
question. Would you be surprised if the Rams blew them out? Would it be a shock to you if they blew them out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Do you see the Bengals blowing them out?
No.
Okay. I guess what I'm getting at with that, I thought you were really going to go the other way. I kind of was hoping the other way. Maybe we should talk about this before the show. But
This is what makes it.
Yeah, I
live.
know,
This
but
is-
still.
it's interesting.
Uh,
No,
I
think it's
wouldn't
gonna
be surprised if they blew them out. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but it wouldn't be a shocker to me if it did. I think them being there again, okay, the chips on the shoulder, yeah, sure. You know, they say they don't know what they don't know. No, these kids do know what they don't know. When you say, oh, they don't know that they're in the moment.
And
No, they
they're
do
hungry.
because they were in that moment in college. These kids now grow up in a different era. We've been saying that for 30 years. It's time to put that old cliche away of they don't know what they don't know. No, that's not the same. They're smarter by the time they get into the league. They understand business. They understand opportunity. They understand what it means and what it will mean if they don't win a Super Bowl.
This is the thing: is that the Rams are all in, and it's if they lose this is a huge failure.
Oh, the pressure's on the Rams. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
No pressure, no
Cincy
diamond. Shout out
has nothing
RG3.
to lose. They've already.
No, they still have something to lose. These guys, they have. You think Joe Burrow's thinking about it like that? Like, oh, we have nothing to lose. Just go out there and sling the ball.
No, but what I'm saying is that as a fan and looking at expectations, I'm surprised that they're here. But
Well, yeah,
yes,
so is everybody else. Even the
what-
Cincinnati
they've
fans. Don't let them
gotten
fool you.
better. They've gotten better.
They
each
have.
game.
And you can't take that
Burrow
away from them. Yes.
Wins everywhere he goes. You know that he could become the first person to win the Heisman, the National,
Yeah, you brought this up.
and then the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No quarterback has ever
I know.
done it.
That's wild.
And he might do it in 3 years.
I know. We live in a weird world, man.
Okay.
We've been in
So-
bizarro world for the last 2.5 years. So, no, I'm not surprised. The Suns won the championships. The Lakers won in a bubble. LeBron's back to drinking on the... he's given up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so...
that's
And I'm keep pointing over
Lakers.
here, ladies and gentlemen. This motion right here, don't get it twisted. This motion is I'm pointing
sorry.
at... I have NBA TV on over here because degenerate gamblers have 2 televisions on, watching re-highlights of last night's game, waiting for games as today.
Just so
Anyways,
you can
continue
get another
on.
heartbreak.
Oh, bro, they were
so-
close yesterday. I got one a couple days ago, but yesterday's were real close.
I can see Cincy throwing a lot of screens and running Mixon and opening up that game.
Gonna have to.
You're going to have Von Miller and Donald coming off the ends. So if you go straight up that middle and you open it up,
Aaron Donald's gonna be in the middle, son. They'll move him around, but he's gonna be in the middle.
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the teeth of that offensive line,
Then
their problem is not just the edge, but is up the gut. I'm sending my best dude who knows he has to win. Here, like you just said, they all feel like they have to win. They
Yeah.
all feel like they have to win. No one's playing with house money. But if they get it going early and they get that crowd going, because here's the thing, I know they're saying, oh, there's a bunch of Cincinnati fans there. No. Some of these people definitely are Cincinnati fans, but you just have really any real fans can't afford to go to these games to begin with.
Okay, let me ask
So
you.
we know that.
Let me ask you a question. It was in a vacuum, okay? Just this year, not considering all Matthew Stafford has done for
Right.
many years. Who's the better quarterback this year? Joe
You'd say Burrow. You would say Burrow.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to go with the guys with all the experience.
And Stafford is known.
But it's not like
It's
Stanford had a trash year.
But
The last
look
couple
at-
of games, he
but-
threw some suspect picks. Yes.
Okay. And look at what Cincy did against Kansas City.
I know.
They dropped back 8.
I know. I'm
They
very
limit
aware.
And
I understand.
Okay.
And all the mojo momentum is rolling with Cincinnati because that's who the peoples want. It's a feel-good story. They're going to win. It's Joey B. I don't give a shit. It's Joey B. They're in our division. They're not us. They're not us. They're not your team. If you are, unless you're a casual fan, that's fine. Unless you are more of a college fan, as far as like, I'm rooting for my guy because he's Ohio State. You want to go that factor? Or I'm rooting for the AFC, I guess. But 31 teams are going home super unhappy. 30 of them are already at home. They're already mad.
you know what the best part about this is that it's not all roads lead back to Cleveland. It's all roads lead back to Ohio. And it's not you.
Well, listen,
And it's
exactly.
not
That's a
gonna
problem. That's
be
why the
you.
Pro Football Hall of Fame's in Ohio. Shout out Bud Ice Cold Bud Light. What? First off, hold on before we dive any further.
Okay.
Because we have a new addition to the man cave, to the studio, to Good Vibes Media Studio. Shout out Clark Household. If you take a look up here, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see this beautiful new sign. This Budweiser sign. Notice. Orange
so
football.
proud.
Orange football.
He's
All right.
probably taken
So
like
no.
5 different pictures
Yes,
of it.
well, that is the thumbnail today. So shout out to Alaskan John. Getting ready to become John Racon, Puerto Rico John. Gifted this to my father. Dad was going to put it in his repertoire of all of his alcoholic beverages in his beautiful bar. but doesn't just quite sit right. It belonged here. So
And
it
you
is
like
home.
it because it's got the orange.
It is home.
football.
I just noticed that before we went on that it was an orange football. But because I am not sponsored by Ice Cold Bud Light, this is the next best thing. Shout out Alaskan John, soon to be Johnny Racone. Gracias, my brother. All right, continue on
that's
with
pretty
your
cool.
shenanigans.
I like it. Okay. Well, do you want to talk more on what
I always want to talk more.
necessarily with? That's very true. What are the Rams really going to do? What's going to be the deciding factor?
Their
Like,
defense.
just
Their defense is going to be
So
the deciding
you-
factor.
you don't-
Oh, they are explosive on offense, and I hate to admit it, but OBJ is going to probably have a tutty. He's probably going to have 60, 70 yards. He's probably going to make 2 impact plays. He's definitely going to run the wrong route once, which may lead to a costly interception, but I don't think it cost him the game. Ultimately, I don't think it cost him the game. I guess I'll just give my pick now. I do have, and this isn't, it's a little bit, because I hate the Bengals. But trying to look at it as objectively as possible, as a bettor, as somebody that's making a bet with my money on it.
So they're
I'm taking
-4.
Let's put it this way: I'm taking the Rams to win and cover because guess what? Only out of all the Super Bowls, we're on 56 now.
Mm-hmm.
Only 6 of them did the point spread matter. Only 6 did it matter. The rest of them, if they won, they covered. I'm taking them to win, cover, and the over because I think that Joe Burrow will put up points. I think Joe Burrow's going to throw the ball 50 friggin' times in a haste to try to win the game. But I think it comes down to the Rams winning. It would be such a colossal disaster for the NFL, for the Rams. Oh, 100%. For them to lose at home in the Super Bowl? Yes, it would.
No, because it's a feel-good
Feel-good story for a moment, bro.
Just
That's like
because-
Jake Delhomme making
No,
it with the
stop
Carolina
it.
Panthers.
Stop it.
Nobody cared.
You're just bitter. You're just
little bitter.
So Zach Taylor
Little.
worked under Sean McVay.
Yeah, they all work together in
So
Washington.
so he knows what he's.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Yes, you
It
know.
was 3 years ago.
You know, and in football, that's 10. Offensive players, you got different defensive players. Structure changes
I'm telling you. I'm
because
telling
you want it so
Okay.
bad. It's because you want the Bengals to win.
So
Because you're on Joey
I'll
Burrows.
get into when I give you my pick how I went through all this.
I don't
But
want to hear this.
Another thing is that another record that would be broken. This is the youngest head coaches in Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Sean McVay is 36 and Taylor's 38.
Isn't that wild? And
That's
both
crazy.
were legit. Well, I wouldn't say legit. Taylor was a legit quarterback in college.
Yeah,
McVay, not so much, but he still played college ball.
he's smart.
Yes.
Some people would say. He just doesn't.
No, he
show,
is.
just doesn't show up in the big games.
Well,
The
here's the thing.
Rams are going to do what the Rams are
The
going to do.
Rams acknowledge the fact, Sean McVay acknowledged the fact when they were in the Super Bowl last time with Jared Goff, okay, that he was kind of in awe of Bill Belichick and that he was outcoached by Bill Belichick. He doesn't have that issue this time.
Yep,
He has that chip, but we got to get business done.
and it's not going to happen.
Now, speaking of the NFL honors, kind of jumping around here a little bit, but you notice the Rams players were there.
Yeah,
Bengals players were not there.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow was not there. He did not accept the thing. He did not accept the award.
Oh, did he not?
He was not there. They stayed in their hotel. No video conference. No, hey, thanks, congratulate. No. They kept everybody in.
Good.
No, that's what I'm saying. So as dumb as that may sound, is that showing a team that's more focused because they stayed in their hotel and didn't go to this where the Rams players went and showed out? Granted, they're in LA. They're used to it. But does that is their focus are they not as focused as the Bengals? That could be a storyline.
No, they're just
It'll
greedy
be a
'cause they play outside.
Listen,
They practice outside.
under an overpass in the smog.
This is also going to be the hottest Super Bowl ever. It's 85 degrees. The last one was 83 degrees. And there's no air conditioning in SoFi.
But you'll get the coastal smog breeze at 25 miles away. It'll roll in. It's in.
I'm just curious to see if that's going to make a factor because we've always talked about the weather.
No, is it humid? No, so it's not going to be a factor.
I don't think so.
No.
But
So you mean 85 and it's 20% humidity, just enough that you feel your sweat. It's a little cool when you're running.
Okay, so I'll just give you my pick and we'll move on. So my heart immediately told me Cincy was going to win this game.
Of course it did.
And then I started going through stats, and I'm like, it's got to be the Rams. And this is over probably 2-day period.
Okay.
Then I started looking at more stats, and I got to go with my gut.
Which is the Bengals.
I'm taking Cincy.
Hey, Papa Merck, shout out Papa Merck. He's been right most of the year with some of the things that he's come up with, and with his bets, and he's all on the Bengals. He told me today I should be taking them because they're in my division and they're not the Steelers, bro. It doesn't matter. They're in my division. I don't root for Michigan. I don't root for anybody in the Big Ten. I don't play that. You should root for them to be better. I don't do it. If it ain't my team, I don't care.
Yeah, some people would say
I'm 50-50 still not watching the game tomorrow. I'm going to watch, shout out Pat McAfee. I'm going to watch Pat McAfee and his crew live show watch the game. Yeah, 100%. Because that'll be a hell of a lot funnier, especially if the Bengals are, pulling away and happen to, win this Super Bowl. It's just going to be so hard. Imagine how you'd feel if it was the Cardinals or the Cowboys, I guess. Because, I understand the Rams, yes, they're in your division.
Yeah.
But
and
the Rams and Niners, it's only really become a rivalry because since they moved to L.A. in the sense of, actually heated, I feel like. When they were in St. Louis, was it really that heated? No.
No, it hasn't.
No, it was as heated as a divisional game could be.
Yeah.
As heated as a divisional game could be, I guess.
No, Seattle has always been.
So imagine one of those teams winning. You're not happy for them.
Yeah,
and when you think it was supposed to be you,
it should have been.
That's exactly how I feel.
Garoppolo.
Well, he is who we thought he was.
Yeah.
Shout out. Rest
So
in
did
peace,
you
Denny
see
Green.
Mattress Mac put
Hold
down?
on, I said rest in priest. Rest in peace, Denny Green. I want to make sure I get it right. Continue. Mattress Mac. What? What?
So he put down $5 million.
Did you not listen to the show on Tuesday?
Did you see that he did put down another $4.5 million?
Another 4.5?
Yes.
So you did listen to it. Just making sure.
I'm
He's 9 million. Hold on. He's 9 million deep now.
$9.5 million deep
On the Bengals straight. Where's he going?
on Cincy.
Oh, I hope he loses.
It'd pay out
I
to be
hope he loses.
16.2. That just seems like that's not worth it to me.
No, well, when you have all that funny money, again, IRS,
He
check
said it
him
was.
out.
He said it was a good sales week for selling furniture.
For mattresses? Does
He
he sell
sells-
more than furniture?
Yeah, it's like a.
Okay. It's a whole. Okay. Thank you.
It's a
Because
whole
I'm like,
thing.
wait a minute. If it's just mattresses, people, what are we doing? You
Uh,
can order them online these days. They get shipped to you, unless he's that guy.
there's going to be a lot of money bet on this game.
In the billion. They said, and I might get. Shout out to
Just on
dyslexic
one game,
people.
that's
7.
impressive.
They were talking about, I think, 5.7 or 7.5. I'll say 5.7. I'll go in the low end. $1 billion we're going to be bet on this game.
It's a big difference.
That's why I went with the low number.
Okay.
If it's a high number, that's fantastic. But I went with the low number. I didn't over exaggerate. But that's a lot of money to be bet on this game. And you know what it comes down to? At the end of the day, we have the same NFL officiating crew running the show. Do we actually know? Actually, can we find that out? Can we find out who the officiating crew is? I'm going to ask Pat. He's behind the scenes today. Shout out, Pat, filling in on Tuesday on the radio show. Thank you. See if you can pull up, if you can, sir, the officiating crew for this year's Super Bowl. I want to know who it is. If it's my boy Brad Rogers, it's going to be a clean game, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be fair. But if it's not, woo-wee, better check the bank accounts, my friend. Now,
All right.
again,
here we go.
oh, you got it. Okay. Interesting. We can't have too much dead air, so I'm going to continue on.
Ron Torbert.
Let me see him. Let me see a picture of his face. I don't know. Who's this crew? I don't know what you're pulling up. Is that who it is? Well, of course. And Skycam. Ron Torbert's the head referee.
He's the head.
Pull a picture of Rob Torbert up, please. All right, perfect. All right, continue on, Rooks.
That was so important.
Well, it is. It's going to play. Listen, it definitely could play a factor in the biggest game with the most money on the line.
They better get everything right in this game.
Now, well, they already got the halftime show wrong, so we're already.
What are you talking about?
Rap Live stinks. Have you ever been to a rap concert? I know you have. When you have 35 people on stage and they all have a microphone, it does not sound good. We barely sound good, and there's two mics.
I'm telling you, it is.
They are going to. This is going to be a Schitt's Creek show.
Okay.
This is going to be horrendous.
Okay.
We're going to have dyed hair, dyed beard Eminem up there. We're going to have Kendrick Lamar, shout out. He's actually good live. Doctor, I don't see
You
this.
don't-
And then we have
you
to
don't
obligatory roll out Mary J. Blige. Get out of here. And I love all these people in their prime, but we are way past it.
No.
Bring on. No, this is going to be bad. Rap music live is not good. So we already messed up there.
You like country music. So
I like
have
all music.
No
I
respect
like
for
all
it.
music. Well, first off, you just right there sound like an idiot. You have no respect for country music? Are you serious?
Old country music.
Oh, here we go. I don't say I like new country music. All the new country music I like sounds like old country music.
All you do is.
You're out of your.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I would make a joke about heart palpitations, but
Let's get into your. Well, let's. Do we want to talk about the blockbuster trade first?
we're getting into basketball now. So you gave your pick. You're
I'll give
taking the
my pick.
Bengals.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it's going to go over or under? Let's get this figured out.
So.
It's 48 and a half.
Oh, over.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's going to be like a 31-28 game.
Okay. But you have it going one way or
I
I have
could
it going the
see
other.
it coming down to that field goal with that kicker.
Oh, because you're going with McPherson because, again, you're all on this Bengals. Okay.
And Joe Barrow, Higgins, Chase.
Boyd White.
It's mixing. Man,
I mean,
and that
look, they
defense is
have a
good.
good, listen, they have a good squad. They have a good squad. But even Travis Kelce today, walking through Radio Row, shout out, we're not there.
But even the fact that you're disrespecting them, saying that it
I'm
could
not
be,
disrespecting them.
saying that it could be a complete blowout. It's not.
No, I'm saying it could. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I don't think it will be, but I wouldn't be that surprised if it was.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm not leaning towards that. I'm not making any bets towards that.
All right, NBA.
Damn, can we at least wait till my NFL rumbling, stumbling music finishes before we get to the NBA so I can at least press the button for the NBA music?
Well, let's just talk about this dang trade that is ridiculous real quick
Okay.
because everybody's already talked about it and everybody knows about it.
Sure.
So, Philly gave up Ben Simmons,
Yes, sir.
Drummond,
Yes, sir. Seth Curry.
Seth Curry, and
Right.
2 first-round picks. Now, they got Harden and Millsap.
I
in
mean,
that trade.
So look at it from both sides. Obviously, who do we think won?
So
well,
Philly is they needed that, and it was a good thing for them. But Brooklyn Nets are stacked now.
Brooklyn is stacked. They losing 10 in a row doesn't really help the case with where they're at in the standings. But again, like what Charles Barkley said, it doesn't really matter. If they get in, they're going to be hard to handle.
Yeah.
For the 76ers, they just better hope that nobody wants to play one-on-one with James Harden because that's why he left Brooklyn in the first place. Did you hear about this?
He's going to be a ball hog.
No, did you hear about this? Kyrie Irving and James Harden got into a brief physical altercation after Kyrie called him washed during a one-on-one scrimmage. Apparently, they've been going one-on-one like every day in practice. Shout out Burkhart. And he called him washed. He beats him all the time. Hurt his feelings because that's the era we live in. Shout out Coach JB. That if you get your feelings hurt, you're going to hold out. All of a sudden, Ben Simmons' mental health issues, poof, gone away like smoke in the night.
Well, we all knew that. I mean,
He got his feelings hurt because he's got an alpha male in the room telling for the first time in his life that he ain't the best at what he does, and he couldn't handle it. If it's hot in the kitchen, get out, and that's what he did. Now he went to Brooklyn's kitchen. Kyrie ain't going to have no... You think Kyrie's going to keep it easy on him? Kyrie thinks he's Kobe Bryant, but believes that the earth is flat. Okay? Okay, but he's got that demeanor. Like, I'll smoke you, I'll take you, I'll beat you. He was talking trash to Kobe in the Olympic team. You think he's not going to talk trash to Ben Simmons? If Ben starts acting like a little punk?
Okay.
Woo, this could blow up, though. It could be great because you got the shutdown defender. What? You got a guy that doesn't have to score. What? That could just drive the lane, pass off to anybody. What? But you also have a guy that obviously is super sensitive. And the last guy that was there was sensitive, packed on weight, started hanging out at strip clubs again.
Okay, but also Kyrie's going to be there half the time, so.
No, not anymore. That's gonna go away here in about 2 weeks. They already pulled the mask mandate for all indoor facilities in New York. Just wait. That vaccine mandate of having to have vaccine, they're going to have to prove that he's negative test. That's what's going to come up here next. You
We'll
bet
see.
your bottom dollar because it's now they're backtracking. Oh, this is a whole nother show, so we won't get into it. Bottom line is it's good for sports. Continuing on. Midterms, what?
Okay, so is there anything else you want to talk about with basketball?
Are you kidding me? The Cavs are a game out. You saw what the Suns did. Basketball is exciting, ladies and gentlemen.
See,
I
and I
am
haven't-
fully engulfed. Part of it is because we have FanDuel and I can make bets on ridiculous games that don't matter in January, February of the season. But Yeah. What isn't there to talk about?
I've watched the Warriors a little bit. I've also been.
You know,
I've
your
been
team.
gone
Your team.
for 7 days.
Your team can't take care of business against the lowly Knicks. Cost me a bet of winning either 130, because that's all I needed them to do. And let's talk about I say Yito when people call it a gyro. I know the G is a Yi, but I don't do that with Giannis because he's not getting the respect of getting the Y this time because he can't put up 25 and 10 against in a game,
You're
prime
just
time game.
mad.
Prime time game. You can't do what is expected. 25 and 10 is not asking a lot from the MVP, 3-time MVP on the prime time
win?
game on TNT. No, they got blown out. They got beat. And they didn't put up 25 and 10, 17 and 7. Out there looking at DeAndre Ayton.
You act like these guys are superheroes and they're going to do this all night, every night.
No, but in certain games, that's a game that you would expect it to happen.
You would.
You wouldn't expect him to try to have a big game on national TV against the team that you played in the championship.
He's feeling and what, like if he's
they're trying to still hold the number 1 seed. They only have it by a game over who?
and
Well,
we're not
Cleveland
even the
Cavaliers.
All-Star break yet. We have 2 more games and then we have All-Stars.
Yes.
So
And the
have plenty
MVP
of time.
and the MVP for the league is up for grabs.
stack.
This stuff all matters to all these guys because it's accolades of how much money they can put in the bank account. Unless he's a 3-time MVP. versus a
you
2-time
know the
MVP.
NBA does this. They do this more than anybody, and they run what they need to do. Except for LeBron is running out of time.
He's done. He understands. No,
and
whoa.
Russell and Russell
Whoa,
was.
When I say he's done, let me. I'm not backtracking. Just let me clarify. When I say he's done, he's not washed. He's not done. He's done with this team with this season. He knows they're not going to get any better. He knows they stink. He knows they're not going to win a championship. He already said he wants some wine and a nap. He's already acting a fool, laughing about a lot of things. Remember when he was drinking the first year? Okay, he had a little bit. That's going to happen again. He's already said he wants to play with Bronny, and he's already kind of facilitating the idea that he is going to be gone from LA, which they'll be fine with when he leaves. He brought him a championship. They knew he was going to retire there. He's just a mercenary that came in a long line of mercenaries that comes help the great machine win.
And they got
a championship. That's what matters.
They got another flag.
But
So you think
when him and KD are picking players for the All-Star game, and it came down to 2 picks left, and KD did not take James Harden. He took Rudy Gobert instead, and watching the entire crew fall out and LeBron have to cover his face with a clipboard because he couldn't handle it.
Yep.
Because KD kept a straight face the entire time. The Slim Reaper, the pettiness that was for the first time. I'm going to give. Yes, I acknowledge KD is a X factor on the court. He's going to end up being a top 20 player of all time.
Oh,
without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking that away from him. This is the first time I've liked him. This was the first time I liked him because I thought it was hilarious. The pettiness knows no bounds. I thought it was funny. I appreciated it. Shout out
loved
KD.
it. He helped us get a couple championships.
Get out of here with that mess.
No. Championships. They count. They matter, right?
No, they do matter.
Okay.
Just remember, you guys were the greatest team of all time and got beat. Just remember that.
We're the greatest season.
Yeah, greatest season of all time.
we
So that's the
weren't
greatest team of all time.
No, we weren't the greatest team. of
Yeah,
all
sure you
time.
were. Well, I mean, that's what the record says. That's what ESPN says.
We're the best season
Yeah,
of
sure.
all time.
So greatest of all time.
Oh my! Learn your definitions. Stop it.
Learn your math.
My
We
math-
both have stuff to work on for next season. Okay, I'll work on my.
Okay.
I might get that from my kids. They don't understand definitions of words either.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to be on the radio on Monday, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 1060, KDUS,
Yep.
Phoenix. You
Yes,
can
sir.
stream it online.
Yep.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Yeah.
Still the same.
Still the same.
Nothing changed.
Nothing's changed.
I'm still a little fuzzy.
Yeah. No, nothing's changed. We're good. Let me see what else. We should be writing more on the website, so look for that potentially. Maybe some exciting things coming up.
And everything's all we post every show. So this and our radio show on all of our podcasts. So
Yeah.
check it out where any podcast you can see it. Download it.
iTunes.
SoundCloud.
What? Don't do SoundCloud. SoundCloud stinks.
It does.
Use iTunes or Spotify.
Yeah.
Obviously, YouTube. You can watch. I don't expect people to watch and or listen, so pick one or the other. But
It's fun.
if you're listening on Spotify, go to our YouTube. Subscribe anyways. If you're watching on, do the opposite. You know all the things that people say to do. And until
Give us
next
feedback.
time. Until next time.
All right, man.
All right, later, dude.